Hello and welcome to Somewhat Damaged. Don't worry, you are in the right place. I'm still your host, Greg Alpern, and while the name may have changed, the unhinged and unfiltered comedy stays the same. Sit back and relax and listen to this hot and fresh new episode featuring Eddie Griffin. And how are you, Eddie?
I'm doing good. How you doing, man?
Good. Listen, I watched your brand new special this morning. And I have to tell you, I really enjoyed it. It was really great 55 minutes of hysterical comedy, and from a very unique perspective. How did you come up with, obviously you had a show running at the Sahara for a while and that was on hold. So is that what sort of spurred you to start this, to do this special, this show?
Yeah, man. Well, once Sahara went on hold, I'm a junkie for the mic.
Right.
I didn't have my muse, man. I didn't have my crutch, man. I didn't have my dumping ground. I got a lot of shit up here and I got to dump it constantly. So I said, all right, we're going on tour. I don't give a fuck about no COVID. We're going to do the COVID laughing through your mask tour. Let's go.
Right.
So then we out there on the road. And then I said, all right, I'm ready to shoot a special on just about touring on COVID, all this shit. The day before we go to Texas to shoot, these motherfucking hicks stormed the Capitol. So that became damn near 90% of the fucking material on the show is off the top of the dome about the fucking Capitol shit.
Right. Yeah, I was going to ask you that. Watching it, it seemed like, and obviously knowing, when you watch it, you obviously can tell it's the day after the Capitol, right? So I was, I'm very curious. That was just pure off the cuff. That's
pure. Yeah, that's how I don't write. I always free flow.
Right.
And then I can refine it on the next show, grab another piece, stick it. That's how I write.
Right. Yeah.
Right on my feet.
So, of all places to be, you're in Dallas, Texas.
Yes,
right?
Boy, the gods were shining down on me. Right in the heart of motherfucking all that shit.
You couldn't have been in a better place to run that material at that point of time in history. Literally half, what you say in that show, I agree with very much most of what was in that show. Right. And I really feel the same way on so many of those points. And to run that at those people had to be kind of a surreal moment, doing that to those people, all the things. I don't know if it was the timing or the material or obviously both that made it so unbelievably timely, but hysterical.
Yeah.
When people see this, they're going to, whether they see it in 2 weeks from now or 20 years from now, they will remember back to exactly what happened. And that show you did is so no one's going to be able to forget it. It's right on spot with everything that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I think about some of those lines you said, when you talk about the Hicks and what is your problem?
What the fuck?
I know.
Y'all been in charge. What do you mean you're going to storm the Capitol? You're in charge of the Capitol.
It really, and it's funny because obviously I'm a white guy and I'm looking at that and I'm like, he's so right. What the fuck are these people so unhappy about? What happened to them over 4 years that made them do all that shit and then be yeah, we're taking it back. When didn't you fucking have it?
You've always had it.
Right. And, from your position, what, did you think a lot of those things before? And then this gave you the opportunity to really talk them out, as a routine.
Yes. I'm constantly in thought. So yes, I think a lot, and that rating on the Capitol just gave me the impetus to just dump all this shit out.
Right. Yeah. Is it like a cathartic thing, or is it just listen, I'm going to let it all flow right now because fuck you people, you're crazy.
It's a little bit of both.
Right.
It's a little bit of both.
And it seemed like you were having an incredibly good time running.
Yes, I was, with my champagne in my hand.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. Was that, guys come up with beer and whiskey and all that. I think you're the first guys to come up on stage with a glass of champagne. But was it a celebration?
I call it the liquid blunt.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's the Veuve Clicquot champagne mixed with a shot of Patron.
Oh, nice.
You know, it don't take you up, it don't take you down. You just maintain.
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, I really liked this special. I mean, again, it's so timely and so crisp that I think everyone who sees it, whether they agree with you or don't agree with you, it's funny. Right. And I think that's what you want when when you're presenting an opinion, that's part of what I think is really a problem with today's society, regardless where you sit. Right. Is that if you believe one thing and I don't believe what you believe, you're like the worst person in the world to me. Like there's no middle, like you can't even listen to the other guy's opinion without, storming the frigging Capitol.
You know why that is?
Tell me.
The internet has done that to everybody in society. Everybody is a star.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own Instagram. Everybody has their own Facebook, booty book, all this shit. And everybody is out for likes. The kids are addicted to likes. And the programmers knew what they were doing when they programmed those likes into the program. They knew what endorphins it was sent off in those kids' heads. I like. Ooh, I got some more likes. Now kids are going out smacking old bitches in the head, filming it for likes.
Right.
So people can't sit down and have a conversation and a dialogue about difference of opinion because there's no likes in it.
Right. Yeah, it's a hatred thing.
Yeah.
There's no unlike buttons.
Yeah, there's no unlike. It's all likes.
Right. What do you think about, I don't want to talk too much about cancel culture because it really disturbs me. But what do you think about like the censorship? Because you touched on it a little bit of like, the Twitters and some of these guys stopping people from having a platform, whether you agree with that platform or not. Like clearly, I think Donald Trump's platform that he had was a weapon. Like he used it as a weapon. No different.
Weaponized it.
Like, totally. But do you think as a comedian, right? Like you of all people out there, you need to be able to freely express yourself.
Right.
Do you think that that's a dangerous thing to set when the Twitters and the Instagrams and the Pinterests are taking people down?
Well, here's the difference. If you're taking down a politician for weaponizing a Twitter account,
right?
That's just proper. He's controlling the fucking minds and people of the world.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just doing comedy.
Yes, of course.
So, how am I a fucking weapon?
Right.
Hee ha. If you didn't get the joke, you can always scroll up to somebody else's fucking page.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree. I really do. I think it's very odd to me when people, want to take someone down because of a joke they told on stage. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of that obviously going on now with the cancel culture and this, that, the other thing. And I don't understand it as a person that obviously enjoys comedy and I grew up in comedy and, looking at it, it's like, I don't love every comedian. Of course, there's material you like, material you don't like, people you don't like. But if I go see someone, I have plenty of times where I don't like that joke they told, or I thought that was, too edgy or whatever it might be. I'm not going to try to ruin that person.
Yeah. But the cancel culture is bullshit from the jump, man.
Right.
If you're wasting time canceling me, then I got your fucking undivided attention, don't I?
Yeah, 100%.
So you're not canceling me. You're helping me. You stupid fuck. The fact that you're trying to cancel me, nigga, I'm getting more fans because you're trying to cancel me.
Yeah, I know. It's like the reverse effect,
Yeah.
And that, it's funny because like you look at Andrew Cuomo in New York, right? Like,
yeah.
I'm not saying that what they're accusing him of, I'm not talking about that, but, his attitude is pretty much, fuck you,
as it should be.
It should be, right? Like it should be, like
you should say, fuck you. You got zero evidence. It's just a bunch of motherfucking angry ex-employees, all ex-employees.
Yeah.
I'm sure Donald Trump has laced their motherfucking bank accounts. Now, I'd like to see these bitches' bank records and see where the cash flow came from to get all these motherfucking stories to come out at the same goddamn time that Trump's ass is being investigated by the Attorney General of New York City.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking about it.
Right. I think the same thing. I certainly don't think that it's a coincidence, right? That
Come
all
on,
these
man.
people
Come on.
pump, jump up and, it certainly seems like it's a politically paid for campaign
Yeah,
against
come
the
on.
guy.
And then this is why I hate the Democrats. And the Democrats is on his head
Yeah.
rather than doing what the Republicans do. Stand by your man.
Yeah. I totally agree that they're very quick to jump ship, right?
Because they intellectuals. Intellectuals are always fucking overthinking shit and jumping ship. The Republicans are dirt dumb, and they dirt dumb, and they stand by their man.
Right.
You're watching another great episode of the Mangina Dialogues, brought to you by Corona Premier, now available on draft.
I totally agree. Why do you think, Trump was out there? I don't want to make this political, but he was out there campaigning to, minorities like he was their man, like he was their savior, right? Yeah. And then, but a lot of people bought into it. Why?
Like, if I could answer that question, God damn it, I'm winning the motherfucking lottery. Yeah. Why would they think?
I get why
because the Democrats have fucked over black people so many times. We help them get elected, and they do absolutely nothing for our community. So Donald Trump had the right play. Shit, give me a try. I can't be no worse.
Right.
All right. And that's how they suckered some of these motherfuckers in.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, obviously, of course, I have no idea. I don't really understand it. I think it's crazy. I think that people that are below a certain income level get the shaft by both political parties. Right. I think that's just where it is. I think it's completely unfair. And now, it looks like there's some change coming. You want the administration trying to give tons of money to people to really help them out, which I think is great. I don't know where that leads, but it leads
to codependency, man. Look,
you think so?
Yeah, man. Come on. You're going to give us some money, and where that money going to go? Right back up the ladder to the billionaires. Right back. If you handed me money, I got bills to pay. So that money's going to trickle right back up to the billionaires.
Right.
So the Republicans do trickle down. Now give us the billionaire, give us the money, and then we'll trickle it down to the businesses. That's their hustle. Democrats, no, give us the money, we'll give it to the people, and they'll trickle up. It's all still going right back upstairs.
So it all goes to the same place. Doesn't matter who gets it.
It all goes to now until these billionaire corporations, these multi-international corporations are paying proper taxes. Because nigga, how can an oil company pay zero taxes?
Yeah.
Zero taxes. The last time I checked, everybody car needs goddamn oil. So how the fuck these motherfuckers paying zero taxes? Right? How the fuck Jeff Bezos paying zero taxes? How the fuck is Bill Gates escaping that? Nigga, I own Bill Gates too. How the fucking Bill Gates go administer shots to Africans over in Africa? He ain't no fucking doctor. He's supposed to be locked up for administering shots, but he's a billionaire, so I guess it's okay. Get a shot from a billionaire. That's some cool ass shit. What the fuck was in that goddamn needle?
I hear you, man. I hear you. I mean, I don't know. I really don't. I try to think about it in a more positive way, but I don't know if there is one.
Don't trick yourself.
Don't
trick yourself. Don't think there's nothing positive. Then just tell it like it is. Goddamn it, tell it like T.I. is.
So,
because that's the positive outlook. If you tell it like it is positively, damn it, then it can have positive change. Right. But if you keep snowing motherfuckers with, I just think, no, fuck it. There's some bullshit going on, man. Let them know it's some bullshit.
Right. So then how do you make change? Like, where do you come at it from a point of view of like, this is what I'm going to do today to make change? Not you, but just in general. Like, how do you
it starts with self. We have to change ourselves.
Right.
In order to change the narrative.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, of course, everybody is responsible for themselves, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you have to take responsibility for yourself. I think there's way too much people wanting to pass along the responsibility to other people and other things, right? Which is why you get into all this people storming the friggin' Capitol and sitting at people's desks thinking, they're not going to get caught. Like, I watched that entire thing go down, and all I thought to myself was, how dumb are these fucking people? Like, this is on television. They're taking pictures, posting it. Like, are they going to think they're going to get away with it?
Man, a couple of them gave their addresses in the interview and their name. My name is Wilbur T. Johnson. I stay at 15th Street. What the fuck? And the FBI right there. Are you Wilbur T. Johnson? Ain't this 15th Street? Get in the phone.
It is pretty crazy. Like, yeah. I mean, obviously it must really bother you. I can't even put myself in your shoes. But everyone knows if it was the opposite, if it was, people of color and minorities that did that, it would not.
Man, they'd be building a new Capitol after the drone strike.
Yeah, I mean, they would have burned the place down.
No, they would have drone strike the Capitol and they'd be building a new Capitol right now that hasn't been tainted by those nigger hands.
I mean, how much does that bother you as, a human? Like, because everyone knows that that's true. Like, people that deny that are just not living in the real world.
Yeah, of course it is bothersome. I'm just trying to leave the world a better place for my kids.
Right.
So that's why I go hard in the paint on stage in what I can do to try to bring forth change. And that's why I'm proud of this special that I did. And yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it is true. I mean, you definitely speak from, it's very clear from, your heart in the special. And, you ask a lot of important questions, right? Mm-hmm. Whether you agree or someone agrees or doesn't agree, a lot of thought-provoking stuff comes out of this special, right? Which, on the comedy side, it's great. On trying to better yourself, it's from definitely at that great point of view to do that. I really thought it was awesome and totally recommend it to everybody who listens to us and who likes you and loves stand-up comedy. It's something everyone should watch because it's great, for all of those things.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
No, thank you. Talking comedy for a couple minutes, because I know you got to run. Like, you mentioned that the live mic is your oxygen, right?
Yes.
You've been in, I mean, I can't even run the list of amazing TV and film that you've been in. It's insane, right? Like, I know you love both lanes, right? Mm-hmm. But like, what gives you more like juice? Is it being on stage, or is it really being in that film that, regardless if it's a Deuce Bigalow or A Star Is Born or, a role in House Party 3 from when you were just coming up? Like,
I'd have to say stand up every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is me. I'm alive and totally in my element on stage.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you can tell. And even from running, your TV show that ran for almost 100 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's awesome, man.
Yep, we did 99 episodes.
99?
Yeah, 99.
Why didn't you get to the
one 100? Away from 100?
Who screwed you?
It was somebody over there at You Pick a Nigga. That's what UPN. I used to call it You Pick a Nigga. We got fat ones, small ones, old ones, skinny ones,
That's unbelievable. Yeah. It's like, no, we're going to get Eddie right to 99.
And then
the rug is out. Like, we're going to pull that trophy away from him. Yep. The last thing I'll ask you, and I don't want to take too much of your time, but Comedy Central named you one of the top 100 comedians of all time, right? Mm-hmm. Which is obviously a great list to be on. Do you look at that list and say, there's X amount of people in front of me, I should
Come on, man. You didn't even have to bring it up. If I ain't in the top 5, fuck Comedy Central and whoever put that list together. That's all I got to say.
Do you know the list I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know the list.
So
fuck Comedy Central and whoever the idiot was that put that fucking list together.
Okay, good.
Because he obviously does not know comedy.
I looked at that list, and when I saw it, I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, ridiculous.
Come on, man. Air tops in front of me. Get the fuck out of
here. I mean, there's a lot of people. I didn't want to name names.
Walks on stage with a suitcase. What if he loses his luggage? What show is he gonna do? What the fuck show he gonna do? My jokes are in the plane.
That's That is funny. But no, listen, I totally agree. I think that list is kind of crazy. And everyone loves to be on lists, but when you look at it, it doesn't.
Come on,
doesn't
man. That's just a list.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of fucking lists.
Of course there are. Of course.
But yeah.
Well, listen, man, I really appreciate it. You're one of my favorite stand-ups like hands down, definitely in that top 5 list. Like really appreciate it. When they showed me your stuff. I was like, man, I hope Eddie wants to come chat with me for a few minutes. It would be a highlight.
Yeah. Hell yeah. You know, I wasn't going to miss out.
And I appreciate the honesty, and, it's fun talking to guys that, have opinions and aren't afraid to speak them. And it's not just, obviously I love to talk about comedy, but I really try to get into the person and learn a little more about them that a lot of people may not necessarily know when they see that Eddie Griffin is, doing something. There's a lot to you. And I really appreciate you taking the time.
All right. Thanks, Greg. Appreciate you.
Good luck with it. Take care.
Thank you. All right.